Hi, thanks for joining us on KevinTalksTech.com. I'm Kevin Hurd here at the Tech Desk. Of course, after months of rumors and speculation, today the world finally got the first look at Apple's new iPhone 5. The event going on today in San Francisco. The tech blogs were there, blogging live at the event, showing some pictures of what the new iPhone is going to look like. One of those blogs, of course, being CNET, showing some images about the new iPhone and, of course, talking about all its new features. And of course, some of those new features do include 4G LTE support, a different screen size, it's a little bit taller, it is a lot lighter, and it is also a little bit thinner as well, and is going to feature iOS 6, as well as going to be having a new pin connector on the bottom for the features. The big topic we want to focus on today, though, is the features that are going to be included with the new iPhone 5. We want to talk about whether or not it's going to be a good value for you to invest in something that you want to look at getting. So let's go ahead and break down some features to think about. These are some features that really stand out about the new iPhone 5, but are also points that you may want to think about if you are looking about buying it. And of course, the big feature that we want to talk about first is that 4G LTE support. That's very big news for this phone, and it's a big step forward for Apple. Many new smartphones can already access this next generation high-speed mobile network. But before you buy on the selling point, you need to consider your mobile internet usage. If you're the type of person that streams movies, maybe streams Netflix, you download large files from the internet, or you upload large files such as videos, 4G LTE is a much faster mobile network, and you'll probably benefit from something like that. But if your internet usage is simple, such as maybe just reading emails, browsing the web, and uploading some occasional pictures to Facebook, there might not be a need to run out and grab this phone right away. You might be just fine on that 3G network right now that you have on your iPhone 4S or your iPhone 4. And of course, another important point to check in here with as well, 4G LTE is still a network that's evolving, so you're going to want to check with your carrier and find out whether or not 4G LTE is actually available in your area. Another point we can talk about is the bigger screen and thinner body. The iPhone 5 screen is now 4 inches tall, making it bigger than the previous iPhones. Essentially, you'll be getting an extra fifth row of icons with that added space. Again, if you're someone that watches videos, you have a lot of applications on your phone, or you just want that extra real estate to be able to see web pages a little bit better, that upgrade could be a little bit of value for you. Otherwise, you may want to give it a second thought whether or not it's worth the cost to run out and grab the phone just because it does have that extra space, although the pictures are kind of tempting. And the iPhone 5 is also about 18% lighter than the iPhone 4S, or 18% thinner, I should say, 20% lighter than the iPhone 4S. If those 2 points are going to make your life a little bit easier, make the phone easier to carry around, and going to be of significant value to you, then by all means that might be something to look into as well. A new dock connector also going to be coming out with this phone, a new power cable basically. They've changed the size of the dock connector and USB cable from a 30-pin to an 8-signal connection, and they're codenaming it, calling it the Lightning connection. This of course gives the iPhone and the cord the ability to be slimmer, but an important point, this is not yet universal. And thus, if you lose the cable, it might be hard to find a replacement, especially if you're the type of person that maybe goes out and just buys some generic cables every now and then if you do lose your cable. So something to think about with that. Or better yet, if you're the type of person who maybe goes over, uses a friend's cable to charge your phone for a while, unless you have an adapter that Apple is also going to be making available to buy, you're not going to be able to connect up to a friend's power cord that uses an older iPhone. Another point to look at is the map support. Now this is part of iOS 6. Apple's also going to be releasing a new Maps application without this type of app since the phone came into existence. It's really been a bit behind Google, which has not only had Google Maps, but also had that navigation turn-by-turn directions on Android phones, which is very, very convenient. And so Apple's app is also going to be including those turn-by-turn directions. They're also going to be including 3D imagery as well on there, and also flyovers as well. For many users, this really, really has a lot of value to it. Being able to have those turn-by-turn directions and a really good map on the phone is really becoming necessary these days. And so if you are on the iPhone 4 or below, it may be worth looking into an upgrade to the iPhone 5 just because of this feature. Apple has said on their website that the iPhone 4S, though, will be supporting the Maps feature as part of that iOS 6 upgrade. So according to them, if you're on the iPhone 4S, you should be able to upgrade to iOS 6, and you won't have to, and you will have the ability to use that Maps feature. Now, thinking about all these features, of course, the iPhone is, of course, a big improvement over the iPhone 4S. There are a lot of new features in here, especially with the cameras too. They've added some new features to the cameras which allow it to take better pictures. They've also added an additional microphone to the back, so you don't just have a microphone on the front and on the bottom, but now you have one on the back as well. And of course, that front-facing camera, which a lot of people use for FaceTime or to take pictures of maybe themselves or a front-facing image, has been upgraded as well to a 720p camera. So the cameras have gotten better, the sound has gotten better too. There are a lot of improvements with it. The thing here that you really want to do is to take a close look at what you have now and what you could have, and whether or not you'll see any significant value if you do upgrade for those features. Take a look at whether you have the iPhone 4, the iPhone 4S, maybe an older iPhone, and whether or not these individual features are a good upgrade for you or not. And also your contract as well. If you just got into a contract on the iPhone 4S, it's going to be a little bit tougher to get off that contract. The iPhone 4 users might be coming up on the end of their contract. And of course, if you're on an Android right now and these features look tempting to you, compare it to your Android phone as well, or if you're on a Nokia phone, any other kind of smartphone, go ahead and take a look at that. Nokia, I should say, maybe a phone that's running Windows Mobile perhaps. That might be a little bit more what I was going at there. Anyway, compare it to the current phone you have, whether you're an iPhone user or not, and find out whether or not all these features really have value for you. Now, of course, we do have a bigger breakdown of this on our website. If you want to see that, just go to kevintalkstech.com, and we've laid it all out there in the text form for you. For now, I'm Kevin Hurd at the Tech Desk. We'll see you next time.